It's funny that I have a big memory of we're going to I think it was a family reunion. And you know how a park is, they'll have three Quonset huts together. And,
Yeah.
And, you know, the old tables there.
Yeah.
And whatever. And, well, when I was real little, and I was real little, like, 3 or 4, I decided to walk back by myself. Believe that's the scenario, but
walk back to your house or back to the Quonset hut?
Well, back to where our family reunion was.
Okay.
So Craig and everybody, all the kids, walked off to go somewhere, and pretty soon, a frog came and he said, "Come with me,"
Come on, let's do it.
Like Cosmos or whatever.
Yeah. What was it? Crypto.
Crypto, yeah. And I went off with the frog, and got very lost, because you're finding a damn frog. You don't know.
Well, yeah.
And so we had to. So I walked up on another bunch of huts, and oh, poor baby, we got to find him where he is, and I got in the car and we went 3 or 4 places, and finally we hit our family reunion thing, and crying, and
But you remember all that?
Vividly.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I was always a river rat, and I was freshwater, but Owasco Lake. We've talked about that. So.
Yeah. So Kath was telling me a story last night that I vaguely remembered. But she said that Ralph put a bucket on y'all's heads, and he somehow piped air down it. So what did that look like? And did you have weights on your feet? What?
Diver helmet.
Yeah. So were you weighted down?
We took a waste paper basket, and it was always a metal one.
Yeah.
And usually they had the waste paper basket, which means that they were not as tall, different shape.
Yeah.
And cut a shoulder hole on one side, and he always used to make stuff, He put a shoulder groove, and then we put hose, so it would cut you right there. Hose on.
Gotcha. So you'd cut it and open it up and line the side of it with it. You'd slice the hose.
We really just made a seam right there.
Yeah.
Put a hose on it and went over your shoulder, and then had 2 hooks on front and back, and we'd hang a big metal container full of rocks, and put one on the front and one on the back.
That's too funny.
Yeah. Well, it was too funny, but it really wasn't. He found out later, and I'm going into the story, that we'd walk, and in Owasco Lake, the dock would be out, and it would be out almost to that building there. I mean, way out.
Yeah.
And that lake was a natural lake. They called it the Finger Lakes because if you put your hand down,
Yeah.
and Owasco was this figure.
Ring finger?
Yeah, it was. I didn't ever think of that. But you plop your hand down, and this is Skinny Atlas. It was a big lake. This one, was I don't remember. Skinny Atlas.
It's a really funny name for it, Skinny Atlas.
Yeah, well, they're all Indian names.
Oh.
So consequently, we found out later, and the air supply was Ralph would get on the dock and have a piece of hose.
Yeah, because were you guys pumping air into it? Because I'm worried about it, because if you're breathing in it, carbon dioxide's heavy. It actually won't clear. So you would eventually suffocate.
Well, he did a bicycle pump and just kept pumping.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, so he was forcing air through.
But, somebody told him at work after the second year or something, you know, they're breathing all that oil that's inside
Yeah.
the bicycle pump, and it's probably not good for them, you know. But you know, I mean, we spend hours, you know, and the way
Like
that
hours underwater?
no, we wouldn't spend.
Oh, I thought she said. I was like,
you know,
wow.
20 minutes or something
Still,
like that.
20 minutes for a little kid. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, well, and then we'd walk out beside the dock, and there was a drop off. You know, it went gradually, and you get up to your neck, and then, you know, a little past your neck, it would, you know, dive down, and you'd walk, you know, because you had all this weight on you. And if you didn't have the weights, it would float up.
Yeah, you would just float away.
Yeah. But then, you know, and you'd walk off the mound, and you'd be down there pretty good. So you.
Would you find anything
So
good?
you
Like, were there
feel
good? Was it a good lake for finding rocks or?
Yeah, it was real clean, you know. I mean, it was
Yeah.
just, and it was all shale, basically.
Oh, interesting.
And things would get, there's big logs, you know, and, you know, things would wash up. And
Well, and also when you're a kid, any of that's just cool. Like, it doesn't, like, it could actually be really boring, but you're just like, oh, cool, look at this log. And
we were in heaven. I mean,
That's
it wasn't
awesome.
anything better. And I remember laying in the yard one day, and I probably have never told anybody this, but I was 7, 6.5, might have been 7, which you start having memories, you know.
yeah,
I mean,
I'd say 6 is pretty, that
Yeah.
seems reasonable.
you know, but I was laying in my house at the side yard. We lived on a curve, you know, corner, and we had a huge side yard that everybody could play football on. And you know,
Okay,
when
cool.
you're that when you're that small, it was adequate. And you know, I was laid in the clouds, and there wasn't anybody there. And I said, you know, I'm going to remember this day, you know, this time for the rest of my life, you know, because it's so beautiful. The sky is so blue, and the clouds are so neat.
That's awesome.
And you know, and I'm so happy. And you know, I had Ralph had built me a hydroplane, and I mean, could be better. And I'm gonna remember the way I felt at this age, you know, doing that for the rest of my life.